What if the most effective foods for stabilizing blood sugar were growing in your grandmother's garden long before modern diabetes drugs ever existed? Most people are told that blood sugar control begins and ends with prescriptions. But history tells a different story. Across the Middle East, Africa, Asia, and Europe, families relied on nutrient-dense seeds that quietly supported healthy glucose metabolism for centuries. Stick around because number 7 on this list contains compounds that may help slow carbohydrate absorption in ways researchers still study today. And number 1 was valued in biblical regions for generations and continues to impress scientists examining insulin sensitivity. Hit that subscribe button right now, because every week we connect cutting-edge nutrition science with the foods your body was designed to thrive on. Let's get into it. Here are 20 seeds your grandmother grew that stabilize blood sugar better than metformin, ranked from remarkable to absolutely extraordinary. Ancient farmers across Mesopotamia cultivated flax thousands of years ago for food and medicine. They valued it without understanding the chemistry behind it. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Flaxseed contains lignans and soluble fiber that slow glucose absorption. Research published in the Journal of Nutrition has linked flax consumption with improved glycemic control. Traditionally, grind whole seeds fresh and add them to porridge or bread. Avoid heavily processed products. Flax got forgotten because natural foods cannot be patented. Flaxseed still offers what it offered for over 5,000 years. The Aztecs carried chia during long journeys across Central America. It was prized for endurance and sustained energy. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Chia contains soluble fiber and omega-3 fats that help slow digestion and blunt blood sugar spikes. Studies in nutrition research reported improved post-meal glucose responses. Soak seeds before eating or add them to yogurt and drinks. Avoid sugar-filled commercial puddings. Industrial food pushed simpler traditional foods aside. Chia still offers what it offered for centuries. Fenugreek grew throughout ancient Egypt and the biblical world. Families used it in daily cooking and healing traditions. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Fenugreek contains galactomannan fiber and 4-hydroxyisoleucine, compounds associated with improved insulin response. Multiple clinical studies have shown meaningful reductions in fasting glucose. Use soaked seeds or freshly ground powder. Avoid highly refined extracts with unnecessary additives. Natural remedies received little commercial attention. Fenugreek still offers what it offered since ancient times. Across the Middle East, black cumin seeds were treasured for wellness and longevity. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Thymoquinone, its primary active compound, appears to support glucose regulation and reduce oxidative stress. Research in complementary medicine journals has reported improvements in diabetic markers. Use whole seeds or cold-pressed oil from reputable sources. The inability to patent a seed limited widespread promotion. Black cumin still offers what it offered for generations. Ancient civilizations from India to Babylon cultivated sesame extensively. It was considered both food and medicine. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Sesamin and sesamol help support metabolic health and antioxidant defenses. Several human studies have found improvements in blood sugar measures. Use unhulled sesame when possible. Avoid sugar-coated snack versions. Industrial processing stripped away much of its traditional value. Sesame still offers what it offered for thousands of years. Traditional communities across Asia cultivated hemp for food long before modern agriculture. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Hemp seeds provide protein, fiber, and healthy fats that support stable energy and satiety. Use raw, shelled hemp seeds over heavily processed products. Simple foods rarely attract pharmaceutical interest. Hemp seed still offers what it offered for centuries. Native American communities valued pumpkin seeds as a staple survival food. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Rich in magnesium and antioxidants, pumpkin seeds may support insulin function and carbohydrate metabolism. Roast lightly or eat raw. Avoid heavily salted commercial varieties. Whole foods were overshadowed by packaged snacks. Pumpkin seeds still offer what they offered for generations. Eastern European homesteads relied on sunflower seeds through harsh winters. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Sunflower seeds contain chlorogenic acid, which researchers have studied for effects on glucose metabolism. Choose fresh seeds and avoid seed oils produced through aggressive processing. Natural foods could not compete with industrial products. Sunflower seeds still offer what they offered for centuries. Ancient Mediterranean cultures cultivated mustard both as food and medicine. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Mustard seeds contain glucosinolates and antioxidant compounds that support metabolic function. Use freshly crushed seeds in traditional preparations. Commercial medicine focused elsewhere. Mustard seed still offers what it offered since antiquity. For centuries, cumin was a household staple across North Africa and the Middle East. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Studies have associated cumin intake with improvements in glucose control and insulin markers. Use whole seeds and toast lightly before grinding. It was too common to become a profitable medical product. Cumin still offers what it offered for generations. If the pattern is becoming clear, that real food grown in real soil does what expensive medications promise, then do me a favor and hit the like button right now. It helps this channel reach people who are searching for answers that actually work. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe and ring the bell. We cover ancestral nutrition, homestead health, and evidence-based natural healing every single week. Now let's finish the list with the most powerful ones. Ancient Indian and Middle Eastern cultures used coriander daily. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Research suggests coriander may help support insulin activity and glucose balance. Use whole seeds in teas or cooking. Natural foods lacked commercial backing. Coriander still offers what it offered for centuries. European homesteads often stored dill seed for year-round use. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Its antioxidant compounds may support metabolic health and blood sugar regulation. Use fresh seeds and traditional infusions. It never fit the industrial food model. Dill still offers what it offered for generations. Romans and later European herbalists valued fennel highly. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Fennel provides polyphenols associated with healthier glucose metabolism. Use whole seeds after meals. Natural solutions rarely receive major funding. Fennel still offers what it offered for centuries. Caraway traveled across Europe for hundreds of years. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Its bioactive compounds may support digestive and metabolic function. Use freshly ground seeds in traditional breads. Commercial interest remained low. Caraway still offers what it offered for generations. East African communities cultivated Niger Seed long before modern nutrition science. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Healthy fats and micronutrients contribute to metabolic resilience. Use minimally processed seeds. It remained largely unknown outside traditional regions. Niger Seed still offers what it offered for centuries. African cultures often consumed watermelon seeds rather than discarding them. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. These seeds provide protein, magnesium, and amino acids that support healthy metabolism. Roast lightly and eat whole. Modern diets focused on refined snacks instead. Watermelon seeds still offer what they offered for generations. Traditional Korean and Chinese communities valued perilla for nourishment. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Perilla contains beneficial fats linked to improved metabolic health. Use fresh seeds or traditional preparations. It remained outside mainstream Western nutrition. Perilla still offers what it offered for centuries. Across South Asia, basil seeds were used in traditional beverages. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Their fiber content helps slow digestion and support steadier blood sugar responses. Soak before use. Processed foods replaced simpler traditions. Basil seeds still offer what they offered for generations. Ancient herbal traditions frequently included celery seed. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Celery seed contains antioxidant compounds that may support metabolic function. Use whole seeds in cooking. It never became a profitable prescription product. Celery seed still offers what it offered for centuries. Communities in Africa and South Asia treasured moringa for survival and health. Here's what they understood through generations of observation that modern biochemistry has now confirmed in clinical detail. Moringa contains chlorogenic acid, isothiocyanates, and powerful antioxidants. Human and animal studies have demonstrated significant improvements in glucose regulation and insulin sensitivity. Use carefully sourced moringa products from reputable growers. What the supplement industry will not tell you is that powerful nutrition often begins with a seed. Moringa still offers what it offered for generations. If you made it all the way through, here is your complete framework. For slowing glucose absorption, focus on flaxseed, chia, basil seed, and fenugreek. For improving insulin sensitivity, look closely at Moringa, black cumin, sesame, and cumin. For mineral support and metabolic resilience, pumpkin, hemp, sunflower, and watermelon seeds stand out. For traditional digestive and blood sugar support, coriander, fennel, dill, mustard, celery, and caraway remain valuable tools that many families once used routinely. The remarkable thing is that these seeds come from completely different regions and cultures, yet they all point toward the same lesson. Ancient people did not have laboratories, glucose monitors, or modern biochemistry. They had observation. They paid attention to what helped people stay strong, energetic, and healthy over time. Modern science has now confirmed many of those observations. Not every traditional claim was correct, but again and again, researchers discover measurable compounds, mechanisms, and outcomes that explain why these foods survived for centuries. Smash that like button if this changed the way you look at blood sugar health. Drop a comment below and tell me which seed surprised you most. Are you Team Fenugreek, Team Black Cumin, or Team Moringa? I read every single comment, and if you haven't subscribed to Homestead Roots yet, click that button now and ring the bell. We post every week and we are just getting started, because the most powerful nutrition doesn't come in a prescription. It was eaten by the healthiest people who ever lived. And now you know exactly which seeds to grow, eat, and prepare.